Good day. So today we will see how to execute program number 2 in the computer graphics and visualization lab program number 2. Okay, as per the VTU syllabus. Okay. So the statement of the program is to create and rotate a triangle about the origin and a fixed point. So what is it that we have to do? We have to first draw a triangle. Yeah. Yeah. We draw a triangle. And then we have to rotate it about the origin. Say this is our coordinate axis. Then this triangle is to be rotated about the origin. That means the three vertices, for each of the three vertices, you rotate it about origin. So when you rotate this vertex by say 20 degrees about the origin, then that means this angle that you get, this angle should be around 20 degrees. Okay, and then you rotate this also about 20. So you get this as the point. So this would be this baseline. Okay, now again this you rotate by 20, you get this. So all the three vertices separately you rotate and then you draw the triangle. Okay, so that is what we are supposed to do. And the next is, sorry. And the next is we have to rotate it about a fixed point. Say this is our coordinate axis and this is the triangle that we get, that we have drawn. Say this is a fixed point XR, YR. Okay, or rather I'll take it this way. Yeah, say this is my point XR, YR. Then I have to rotate it now about this point. That means, yeah. Say I take this line. Okay, now this is say 20 degrees. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to rotate this point in this vertex by 20 degrees about this. That means the line joining this fixed point and this should make an angle of 20 degrees or should be rotated by 20 degrees. Okay, so same way I rotate this point by 20 degrees. I rotate this point by 20 degrees. Say I get this. Then I draw this triangle. That is rotation about fixed point. Okay, so this is what we have studied. Okay, now we will now see the concepts behind rotation. So in our program, what we are going to do is, this is the origin, the blue one is the original triangle. Okay, now since we have two options, we use a menu driven program or a pop-up menu. We create a pop-up menu. Okay, now if I click on the first option, rotate about origin, then I get the red triangle which is rotated about, which is the blue triangle rotated about the origin. Okay, now if I take the second option, that is fixed point, this would be the output that I get. Okay, say this was my fixed point, so this point remains fixed and you see that the triangle gets rotated by whatever angle I have selected. Okay, basically this is for 30 degrees. Fine. So this is the kind of output that we expect. Or we are going to write a program so that we draw the initial blue triangle, and then if we have to rotate about origin, we rotate the 3 vertices and we get this red triangle. If we have to rotate about a fixed point, we get the fixed point coordinates and the triangle gets rotated about that point. Okay. So first we see the basics about rotation. Okay, say I have a point P, X, Y. I have to rotate it about the origin. Sorry. Yeah, I rotate it about the origin. This is my origin. I rotate it about the origin by an angle theta. Okay, then my rotated point P dash would be given by the rotation matrix R theta multiplied by the point P, where the rotation matrix R theta is given by cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0, 0, 1. As you may recollect, this is a 2D problem. Okay, so in 2D, in homogeneous coordinates, we use a 3 by 3 matrix for the transformations. Okay, so this corresponds to the x coordinate, this corresponds to the y coordinate, and this corresponds to the homogeneous coordinate w. Okay, so my rotation matrix is given by cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, now my point P, x dash y dash, can be written by the column vector x dash y dash 1. Okay, this would be given by the rotation matrix multiplied by the point P. Again, P is x comma y, and in vector form I get it as x y 1. Okay, so if I have multiplied these two, I will be getting the rotated point P dash. Okay, so in our program, I have to rotate all the 3 vertices, and so I will get P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash, and I will be drawing the triangle. Okay, now that is about rotation about origin. Now what about rotation about fixed point? The rotation matrix that we have here is rotation about the origin. Okay, whereas now we need rotation about a fixed point. Okay, so I don't know the rotation matrix to rotate this point, say this vertex, about this fixed point. Okay, this is my fixed point xr yr. Okay, now I have to rotate this triangle about this fixed point. Okay, so what I do is I have to rotate this vertex. Okay, say this is the line from the point to this vertex. I rotate this by an angle theta, so I get this point. Okay, now again I rotate this with respect to this by the same angle theta. I get this point. Similar way, I rotate this vertex by theta with respect to this. I get this point, and this is the triangle that I want. Okay, now how do I do this? I cannot do r theta into P, because r theta is the transformation matrix for rotation about origin. Since I don't know rotation about origin, we have seen we can use a set of transformations or a sequence of transformations. Okay, what is it that we do? Suppose this is xr yr, my fixed point, about which I have to rotate this triangle. Okay, we have already seen what we should do. We should first translate this point to the origin. Okay, so that is my first step. Translation of object so that the pivot point xr yr is at the origin. Okay, how do I do it? Since this is xr yr, I have to translate by minus xr minus yr. Okay, next what do I do? Now that I have the fixed point at the origin, I know the rotation matrix about origin, so I can rotate. So I rotate that point about origin, okay, by whatever angle I want, by the angle theta. Okay, that is I can apply r theta. Now next what do? I shift again. This is not my fixed point. My fixed point is this one. Okay, so again I translate this point from the origin back to XR YR. Okay. From XR YR, I bring it to origin. Okay. That is by translation by XR YR. Next, I rotate it by theta about the origin, and then I shift the point back, the pivot point back to its original position, XR YR. How do I shift? I translate by XR YR. Okay. So in words, the sequence of transformations that I have is a translate, rotate, translate operation. Yeah. So I translate the object so that the pivot point position is moved to the coordinate position. Next, I rotate the object about the coordinate origin. Then I translate the object so that the pivot point is returned to its original position. The composition transformation matrix can now be obtained by R XR YR theta, that is rotation by theta about the fixed point XR YR, that is given by, we know when we have a sequence of transformations, okay, in the composite transformation matrix, we will first write the last the transformation that is to be done. In our case, it is translate the object to its original position. That is by translation by XR YR. Okay. Next, we write the next last but one transformation that is to be done. That is rotate the object about the coordinate origin. Rotate the object about the coordinate origin. So that is given by R theta. Okay. Now the last I write the first transformation that is done. That is translate the object so that the pivot point is moved to the coordinate origin. That is done by translation by minus XR minus YR. Okay. Now that is translation by minus XR minus YR is nothing but the inverse translation of XR YR, or T of minus XR minus YR is inverse translation by XR YR. Okay. So the composite transformation matrix is obtained by T XR YR multiplied by R theta multiplied by T minus XR minus YR. Okay. So that is translation XR YR is given by 1 0 XR YR 0 1 YR 0 0 1. Okay, R theta is given by cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0 0 1. And translation by minus XR minus YR is given by 1 0 minus XR 0 1 minus YR 0 0 1. When I multiply these three, I get the resultant as cos theta minus sin theta XR into 1 minus cos theta plus YR sin theta cos theta YR into 1 minus cos theta minus XR sin theta 0 0 1. Okay. So now when I write the program, I have two options of doing it, or two ways of drawing my writing the program, implementing the program. I can either do this. Okay, that is, I can apply this transformation, that is translate by minus XR minus YR. Okay, then I apply this transformation R theta, and then I apply this transformation XR YR. Or I can also go about doing this, implementing this matrix directly. Okay. If I'm going to do this, I should remember this formula. If I do this, I know all these formulas. I should go about multiplying these three matrices. Okay. So in our program here, we are going to execute this kind of implementation. Okay. So for this, we need the multiplication of matrices. Okay, now I get the composite transformation matrix, and then I will multiply this by the point P. Okay, I have the 3 vertices. I will go about multiplying by the 3 vertices by this transformation matrix, or it is transformation matrix, the composite transformation matrix multiplied by P. That is, each of the vertices is what I have to multiply. Okay. So these are our headers that we use, math.h because we need the trigonometric functions. Okay, now I need pi, whatever I'm in OpenGL, we are using a current matrix. Okay, the current matrix is what will be displayed. Okay, now the current matrix we will initialize to the identity matrix, and then we will be pre-multiplying each of the transformation matrix by we will be pre-multiplying the current matrix by these transformation matrices. Okay, so now in OpenGL, it is C program that we are writing. In C, we know that the trigonometric functions take the value in radians, but we are used to giving the values as degrees. So the program will read in the rotation angle theta as degree. It will convert it into radians. Okay, for this you need the value of pi, and so we are declaring the constant pi. Next, how do we declare the point? Okay, a point is xy, an entity which should be held together. So we are declaring a class, okay, world coordinate point 2D. Okay, so which has 2 members, x and y. Okay, so next we are declaring a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, a matrix is nothing but an array. So we are declaring a 3 by 3 array. This mat composite is the composite transformation matrix, okay, that we will be creating. Again, that is a global variable. Okay, now tx ty is the fixed, this will be xr xy, that would be the fixed point. Next, we have the angle of rotation theta. R flag, this is for the menu. Okay, the menu that you have, that is pop-up menu that you have it as R flag. Okay, so there you will have the options. By default, we are giving the value 1. Next, we write the init function. Okay, all the different initializations that are required for OpenGL. First, we set the color of the display window to white. How do we do it? By using the function GL clear color. Okay, and 111 is white, so we are giving this. The transparency amount is 0.0. Okay, now what are the matrices that we have? We have the model view matrix, in which we have to draw the figures. For viewing, we use the projection matrix. Okay, so initially we have to set the viewing matrix. So for that, we call the projection matrix GL matrix mode, GL underscore projection. Then we initialize it using the load identity, GL load identity. Next, GLU ortho 2D, we are setting the viewing matrix 0, 500, 0, 500. Our window size would be 0, 0, 500, 500. Okay. Then we go back to our model view matrix, because we have to draw the triangle. So that is GL matrix mode, GL underscore model view. Okay. Next, this rotate menu function is the function which we are going to use to change the menu. Suppose you have to rotate about fixed point, then once you select the option, the program comes here. Okay, it sets the R flag, and then GLUT post redisplay is to redisplay the window. Okay, the new transformed triangle is what will be shown. Okay, now suppose you are selecting rotation about fixed point, then your R flag will be 2. that would be passed on, and the GLUT post redisplay window will make the program to recalculate the functions as per this rotation about fixed point and display. Okay. Now, next we see mat set identity. We have to first of all initialize the matrix, that is the current matrix, to identity matrix. Okay, that is, we have 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, so that is what is done here. Mat A is this matrix, so that is 0 0 is 1 0 0. Okay, that is corresponding to this. The remaining row elements are 0, so mat 0 1 equal to mat 0 2 equal to 0 0.0. Now mat 1 0 is 0, mat 1 1 is 1, and mat 1 2 is 0. Same way, mat 2 0 and 2 1 are both zeros, mat 2 2 is 1. Okay, so this basically sets the identity matrix. Okay. Next, this function is used to pre-multiply. Okay, every transformation matrix has to pre-multiply the current matrix. Okay, so this function is mat pre-multiply function is going to do this. Okay, now how do we do matrix multiplication? Suppose we have to multiply two matrices A and B, and the result is C equal to A into B. We do Cij equal to sigma k equal to 1 to n Aik Bkj. Okay, this is what we are doing here. Okay, so first, for I equal to 0 to 3, it is a 3 by 3 matrix. So this, for j equal to 0 to 3, this is row wise, column wise. Yeah, sum equal to 0 0.0. We initialize Cij to 0. So this is sum. Then for k equal to 0 to 3, that is this sigma. Okay, sum equal to sum plus Aik into Bkj. Aik into Bkj. Okay, so this for loop will multiply, will calculate this sum that you have Cij. So the Cij is assigned this value sum. Okay, so this first for loop is calculating this matrix. Now this is pre-multiplication. So whatever result is there, that should be put back into the current matrix in OpenG. So to put back that, now what is our current matrix here? Our current matrix is B. Okay, B is going to be our current matrix. So that is why all the elements from C are copied into B. Bij equal to Cij. So mat pre-multiply will pre-multiply the current matrix by matrix A and assign the value back to the current matrix. Next, the function which calculates the translation matrix. Okay, so the translation matrix tx comma ty is given by 10 tx 01 ty 001. So that is what we do. The translation matrix mat t 0 0 is 1.0, that is this one. Okay, mat 0 1 is 0.0, that is corresponding to this, and mat 0 2 is tx, that is corresponding to this value. Next, you have mat 1 0 0.0, that is this. Then mat 1 1 is 1.0, and mat 1 2 is ty, it is this. Okay, and this third row 0 0 1 is what is assigned here. Now once the translation matrix is done, that is to be pre-multiplied with a composite matrix. So we call MAT pre-multiply with this translation matrix and the current matrix, that is MAT composite. Okay, so this function does the translation. Next, we see the rotation function. Okay, rotation about origin r theta is given by cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so like your translation matrix, your rotation matrix, these three statements are going to fill up with these values. Okay, and then we pre-multiply the current matrix with the rotation matrix. So that is the function of rotate 2D function. Okay, next, after everything, we have to calculate the respective coordinates. That is, we apply the transformation to a point x, y. Okay, so the point xy is given by this column vector x, y, 1. Okay, and say this is our transformation matrix, that is our current matrix here. Okay, so we have to multiply this current transformation matrix by the point xy. Okay, so we calculate the new x, that is your x dash, will be equal to m00 into x plus m01 into y plus m02 into 1. Okay, so that is MAT composite 0, 0 into, how do I get x? It is vertices of k dot x. Okay, so that is the x coordinate. Same way, MAT composite 0, 1 into the y coordinate plus MAT composite 0, 2. Okay, into 1, that will give you the same thing. So we are not doing the multiplication, we are doing this. Okay, same way, my y dash would be given by m10 into x, m11 into y, m12 into 1. Okay, so that is what I have calculated here. Okay, now this will remain the same as 0, 0, 1, so I'm not doing anything. So now I assign whatever I've calculated as new x to the x coordinate and my new y to the y coordinate. Okay, so basically the function transformed triangle is calculating my transformed point x dash y dash. Now once I have calculated this point x dash y dash, next I have to draw. In our case it is a triangle, so in the function draw triangle, I give GL begins GL triangles. That is, GL triangles will fill the triangle. Okay, so which are the three vertices? Vertex 0, 1, 2. So for k equal to 0 to 3, GL vertex 2f, vertices k dot x, vertices k dot y. Okay, so this will run the for loop thrice. So for the three vertices, and this gives the three vertices of the triangle. Using GL begin GL triangles, we are going to draw this triangle. Next, we come to our display function. Okay, so in display function, what is it that we have to do? First, we have to draw the triangle. You decide on the vertices of the triangle. I have taken 100, 100, 300, 100, and 200, 300. Okay, so vertices are given as 100, 100, 300, 100, and 200, 300. We always give it in anti-clockwise direction. So that is what we have done. Yeah. Next, I have to clear the display window. So that is done by GL clear, GL underscore color underscore buffer bit. Okay. Next, I set the fill color to blue. Blue is 001. So that is given by the function GL color 3F 001. Next, I draw the triangle. That is the original triangle I'm drawing. Okay. Next, I have to calculate the vertices for the transformed triangle. Okay, so first I set the current matrix to identity matrix. That is what I do. Mat set identity, mat composite. So this mat composite is my current matrix that is set to an identity matrix by this function. We have already seen this function. Okay. Now, my transformation is, we know that this is the composite. That is, first I have to do translation by minus xr minus yr. That is what here I've given. First transformation, translate by minus tx minus ty. The second transformation is rotation by theta. And the final transformation is translate by tx ty. Okay. Now, when I rotate about origin, I have to directly do only this rotation by theta. Okay, no need of doing the translations. Only when I rotate about the fixed point, I need these translations. Okay, so if r flag equal to 2, r flag equal to 2 means in the menu, r flag equal to 1 is rotation about origin, we have seen. Okay, rotate about origin, this is the first, r flag equal to 1, and this is r flag equal to 2, rotate about fixed point. Okay, so if r flag equal to 2, then I go to translate. Okay, then I do rotate. This is for both the options. And then again, if r flag equal to 2, I do this translate by xr yr. Okay, then I do transform triangle vertices. Okay, this will apply the composite matrix to the triangle vertices. Okay. Now the transform triangle I am drawing in red color. So I change the color, GL color 3F 100. I draw the triangle, that is the new triangle now. GL draw triangle vertices. Okay. Then I give GL flush. What does flush do? It forces the system to draw the color buffer contents onto the screen. Yeah. Next, we come to the main function. What is it that we have to do in the main function? First, we have to collect the values of the fixed points xr, yr. Okay, that is scanf, xr, yr. Then we collect the angle of rotation, that is and d theta. D theta is the angle in degrees. Okay, now we convert that into angle in radians, d theta into pi by 180. So theta gives the angle in radians. Okay. GLUT init. This is to initialize our OpenGL system. Next, we have GLUT init display mode, GLUT single. We are using a single buffer and RGB color mode. Okay. Now the GLUT init window position 50-50. When I have my window like this, (50-50) is a point that will be here. Okay, so my window is of size 500 by 500, starting from 50-50. Okay, so GLUT init window size 500 500. Okay, now create window. It creates the window with the heading as triangle rotation. Then init, it calls the initialization function. Then display is my callback function for display func. Then rotate menu. Okay, this is I am creating the menu, rotate menu. Okay, here I have the R flag as 1 for rotate around origin, R flag as 2 for rotate around fixed point. I attach this menu to the right button. Okay, GLUT main loop. Okay, and returns here. So when I execute, it asks for the fixed point. I have given 200, 300, and the angle of rotation as 25 degrees. So I get this. Okay. Next, this is if I select rotate around fixed point, then this is the output I get. I know that my triangle is 100, 100, 300, 100, 200, 300. I have given the fixed point of rotation as 300, 200. So that is, this point has to remain fixed. That is why you see for both the triangles, this vertex is common. Clear? Yeah, you can see an execution of this program. Say I give 100, 100. I give the angle as say 25 degrees. See, I get this. That means this is my origin. This angle would be 25 degrees. Similarly, this angle would be 25 degrees. Similarly, this angle would be 25 degrees. Okay. Now, when I right click on this, I get the menu. Say I click on rotate after, rotate around fixed point, then I get this. I have selected 100, 100, 100, 100 is this. So I get this. Okay. Use small angles, because if you use bigger angles, maybe it will go out. We will see an example of that. Say I give 200, 300. Say I give 90 degrees. You see, I've got only this triangle. When I rotate this point by 90 degrees, it goes out of the window. And so that is not getting displayed. Okay. Now I right click, rotate about fixed point. See, now the point 200, 300 is this. Okay. I have got this. This base has been transformed to this. Okay. And this is my point. So this completes our second program. Okay. We are able to rotate about the origin or about the fixed point. Okay. Once again, from here, if I select this, I will get back this as a output. Okay. Thank you.